Hello, guys and gals. Me, Mudahar. Welcome back to another episode of the Some Ordinary Podcast. As you all know, you got me, you got my beautiful co-hosts, Nux Taku and Oopaville, and of course, you've got a friend of the show, Houston Jones. Also
Friend of
known
the show.
as the pain magnet, the pain train, the man that can survive anything. Not pink sauce, though.
Or breaking his arm, but...
Yeah, true. Or eating a testicle.
Nope, that either. I can't do that.
How's your testicle adventure, actually? Do we just want to start off with this?
My testicle adventure. So I was, as you can see, Liver King's back there, taped to a body pillow. You know, I'm injured right now. Snapped my arm in half, so I was figuring this Liver King guy's jacked. Let me eat some balls and tongue and liver.
See if
raw.
you can get some peptides and pre-hormones from organs.
Yeah, exactly. See if I can gain a little muscle for doing nothing. Turns out it's just all disgusting. The guy's a liar, I think. It turns out balls are really chewy. I learned afterwards you're supposed to peel them. Who knew this?
You get to get the membrane off.
Yeah.
I've eaten the ball raw before.
So
I
best
learned
balls
this.
are the micro-teared ones. They already.
Oh.
Yeah, you gotta have the jelked balls because they're the ones with the extra,
Yeah, jelked balls.
protein
Yeah,
plus.
juice.
You know, there's this place in Rome. They sell right outside the Colosseum. They sell you can order testicles on the menu, and sometimes you get these two big juicy balls, and sometimes you get like these two tiny ones, and it depends who won that day, the bull or the bear.
I will say bull testicles, they're impressive in size. You
Dude,
know?
they're huge.
They're a handful to deal with.
They are good fried. They're very
They're
good
good?
fried. Deep fried, they taste like chicken nuggets.
Yeah, well, we did a cooking competition. My friend air fried them, and they were not very good. Also, we forgot the testicles in the air fryer for a week, and there were maggots in it.
Nice.
Yeah, there was a stench around my house, and I couldn't find where.
And then you open up the
Long
air
story
fryer
short-
and we're like, oh.
Yeah.
A little ball in
yeah.
there.
It was kind of a nightmare.
Which arm did you break, by the way?
This one,
Where did you broke your?
radius and
Okay.
ulna.
Oh,
you can
yeah.
tell
So you haven't been able to do how much is your muscles atrophied on that one arm?
It hurts to do it.
Oh,
There's the difference. That's the best I've been able to flex it though in like 6-7 weeks.
Damn.
okay. God damn, that sucks,
It's
dude.
like you can't physically injure yourself anymore. You have to start eating terrible stuff to destroy your internal organs.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
My
No.
mom watches every single one of these episodes to support me, and then like the first 2 minutes of this is like, how are those,
Eating
how are those
testicles.
testicles, you know? And I'm gonna be like,
Muda, your mom's gonna message you. Tonight's supper is just this pink sauce with chicken wings.
I showed it to her, and like she looked at the fucking landing page for that website. She was like, "Wait, dragon fruit and sunflower or something? What the hell is going on here?" And then I was like, "Well, for the audience that doesn't know, obviously you can have delectable treats like testicle, and you know I've had testicle. I've had it fried. That shit is good. Like it really
It
is
is good.
just chicken nuggets. Like I'll be real, like."
Deep fried, not air
Fair,
fried.
though, everything deep fried tastes the same, and it's wonderful.
That's not true.
Well, have you been to a state
That's not
fair ever? You know, where they're like
Yeah.
deep frying beer and shit.
Is it deep fried beer, really?
Deep
They
fried
have
beer.
deep fried
I want to try that.
Yeah, they have like it's like deep fried, like literally, like it looks like fucking like big ass raviolis, but I guess it's deep fried beer, and it is genuinely disgusting. Like when everything sounds like similar.
Tastes like chicken.
No, it just here's what it tastes. It just tastes like ass, like literally ass.
Fried Oreos are good.
I feel like deep frying beer just takes out any purpose of having beer. Wouldn't that just like burn off all the alcohol anyways?
That's what I thought. So you just got left with this piss taste. You know?
Yeah, just the shitty beer taste.
Like they crack open a can of Budweiser, throw that into the. No, wait a minute. Budweiser's already shit. Now you want to get rid of the thing that makes it worth drinking? What's wrong with you? So yeah, they also deep fried Kool-Aid, which actually is not as disgusting as it sounds. 'Cause
Now, how are you deep frying this liquid?
I think they mix it heavily with like a batter or something.
Yeah, I think
and
it's like
just-
tempura. Now you're just eating
Oh, so
crunchy
it's
tempura.
in the actual batter?
Yeah, like I think what they do is
Oh.
they put it in with the batter, and then they throw the batter in real quick to fry it off. You know what I mean? Like it's.
So with the deep fried beer, it's just beer batter.
I assume that's what you're doing. You're just drinking beer
Yeah.
batter, quite literally.
Probably.
Beer batter without the
Or
fish, you
eating.
know, like beer batter
FDA
without the fish
approved.
stuff.
I'll have you
Because
know.
beer batter tastes delicious. But
Not if you just have it though. I don't know the way that I had it because maybe I had a bad beer fry experience. Maybe somebody in the audience is like, no, this is actually quite delicious. You just maybe, but
you had it wrong. You just had it wrong.
Maybe I just had it wrong. But bull testicle, beer batter fried, and Kool-Aid fried, and all that. Listen, it doesn't compare to TikTok's newest delicacy. Now, I think we all can agree, if you're on social media doing eating challenge, like not just an eating challenge, but if you're buying food from other people on social media, you're probably not the smartest tool in the shed, let's be honest here. Natural selection.
Unless it's candy.
Unless it's Sour Boys candy.
Yeah,
Or,
exactly.
pre-workout. Gee, just putting it up.
Yeah.
Point it.
But if it looks like it was made in a laboratory and it's called pink sauce,
If it looks like it was made in your kitchen nightmares, then I think it's a bit iffy. It's the same people that order this stuff are the people that get scammed by
Caleb,
ass
you
coin. It's the same breed. It's the same
Moon
breed.
wallet.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, Moon Wallet,
It's
all
the
that
same
shit,
people
yeah.
that sign up to Andrew
I-
Tate's course to pick up women.
Caleb, you should put on that website of just see if you can put that website up of pink sauce.
I don't have a link to it. Oh wait, yeah. You need to send me a link to it.
Oh yeah, let me just get it to you. Yeah, pink sauce website. I know this when I was researching just the hell here.
The pink sauce
is what it is. I'll put it in. Yeah, I'll just put it into the.
Okay, I just share my screen on here.
It's just pink sauce. It's amazing.
Yeah. Dude, it's literally Pepto-Bismol. Like, when I saw this, I'm like... And then I looked up Pepto-Bismol. Dude, they sell Pepto-Bismol.
I'm just saying, the more we talk about it, the more I want to buy it. So,
Okay, so
I think
this is the pink sauce. It says dragon fruit, but isn't dragon
Chili?
fruit?
Well, yeah, look at
Isn't dragon fruit white in the middle?
It is.
Yeah, dragon fruit's
It's
white in the middle.
Pale. It's a
Yeah,
pale.
it is.
Okay, well, there's one that's pink.
Dragon
There we
fruit,
go.
sunflower seed oil, chili, honey, garlic. Where do you get the pink?
Brother, she might have
it's
thrown
got
the
garlic.
skins
There's a
in it,
vampire
too.
repellent.
My brother in Christ, that's Pepto-Bismol. What is the ingredients? Sunflower seed oil, raw honey, distilled vinegar, garlic, pitaya.
Look
No,
look how
it's
she
spelled
spelled
Vinger, bro.
Oh, Vinger! Oh my God,
Oh no.
that's awesome. Lemon juice, milk, citric acid. Milk!
That's what I'm saying, brother. Raw honey and milk. She's got no...
Does this need to be refrigerated?
No,
There's a
dude,
reason
it's
why-
got a...
It's lower
There's
down
a
on the
reason
ingredient
why
list.
her
It's
name's
It's
fine.
only less
It's
than
a
2%,
minuscule
bro.
amount.
Your neurotoxin's not gonna fuck you up that hard. Come on.
It's
Pink Himalayan salt.
Yeah, see, that's some premium shit.
Bro. What could this possibly even be? Sunflower seed
Can
oil.
you please just look at how many
There's no
servings
way
per
that that's
container?
the second.
444?
wait. What's the math on that? Because if I was going to drink
Okay,
a
but that's
gallon
because
of
every
it,
tablespoon. This is 1 tablespoon is 90
tablespoon.
calories. Oh my gosh.
So yeah, so how many ounces is in a? Where's like the bottle? Is that the bottle?
Yes. Does that
How
look
is
like...
one?
It's in a
tablespoon
fucking.
90
It's in a
it's a
creamy.
40. It's a 40,000 calorie bottle.
It's in a Whataburger bottle.
40,000 calories. You got.
It's in a fucking Whataburger honey mustard bottle. Look at that! It literally is, dude.
It is.
It's in a Whataburger.
40,000 calories. So, like,
Oh, God.
I think,
even-
Nux, doesn't that just mean that, like, this is basically fucking...
You would kill yourself if you drink a bottle of that.
40,000
It's uranium.
calories. Using Nicky Kyle Avocado's next video is just one of these.
Yeah, wait, can Nikocado do this?
Yeah, for one, fabricating a nutritional facts label is against the law.
I have a hard time believing though the serving amount there. Like
No, God no. 14 grams per one
Look
tablespoon.
at the amount of... Look at the total fat for a second and then try to figure out which of the total fat's the 1 gram is.
Yeah, it's neither saturated, trans, polyunsaturated, or monounsaturated.
The it doesn't even add up. I don't think because like 1 gram of fat is what 9 calories. Like,
Yeah. got 1 gram of fat.
Her nutrition label doesn't even add up to the 90 calories in terms of the macronutrients.
That is a low sodium fucking amount for what's in there, by the way, too.
This makes no sense.
How'd she come up with these numbers? She's like, oh, that sounds good.
Like,
I mean, there's 3 carbs and 11 grams of sugar.
Yeah, right?
Even with dietary fiber, there's 4 grams of dietary fiber in this thing. So that would subtract 4 basically from the overall sugar. So you'd still have 7 carbs at least.
Hold on, how is there 11 grams of sugar in 1 tablespoon? How does that make any sense? And
Well, there's 14 grams in a tablespoon.
And 11 of the 14 grams are just
That
sugar.
means you're just eating
You're
sugar.
just eating sugar.
Yeah, it's
And also,
the
it's not
third
even-
ingredient is honey.
It's not even in the raw honey. That's it.
Wait, how do you have, wait, no, hold on. Maybe I'm brain dead, but how do you have 11 grams of sugar? Okay, subtract 4. But how does it then subtract down to 3?
Oh, no, it doesn't. No, it would be 7.
Yeah.
It'd be 7, yeah. There's a lot of potassium in it.
If we can believe it.
Well,
There's also 444 servings. That's a lot.
and remember,
It's
each
a
serving is
lie. It has to be.
14.4 grams. So since me and Dutch are Canadians, we understand 14.4 grams times 444. That's a lot of fun. That's a big weighty bottle.
Dude, I can't believe it's 40,000 calories in a ketchup bottle.
That bottle's a month worth of calories for most people.
Dude, you could throw this shit into a sock, bash it across somebody's face.
Astronauts are going to be taking pink sauce to space.
Yeah, this is the NASA grade.
We solved the food problem in space. Pink sauce.
I think this might actually be a world hunger thing. Like, you could actually straight up give a teaspoon of this.
We're laughing now, but just wait.
40,000 calories in a bottle,
It's like all the old people in hospitals, instead of drinking Ensure, they're going to have pink sauce.
Wait, what's her mission there? What's her mission?
Yeah, wait, I want to see the mission.
Go back to that last picture you were on.
Our mission to excite your taste buds with flavor and thrill you with our creativity.
With flavor.
Flavor.
Flava.
Okay. The infamous. I don't know if that's a good sales pitch when you have to call your product infamous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I like this too.
Image.
Image with text.
I love how the rest of the product was so brain dead, and then like it was literally the image with the text that flew away from all of us.
I'm buying this for sure.
Dude, I definitely want to see like fucking you try like a teaspoon of it, but like leave it to the teaspoon because I don't think this is a normal.
I disagree. Drink the bottle.
Could you actually chug the whole thing? Because let me tell you, I don't think.
I think I could get 1 bottle down.
You'd be
but
shitting
then
pink sauce.
I imagine I would puke it up first, and then
$21 shipping.
Oh my god! Wait,
what the fuck, dude?
how many bottles did you?
5.
Okay, all right.
That is that's almost 200,000 calories though. I'm getting.
Yeah, you don't need to buy food for over a year probably.
Yeah,
You're
long
good.
time.
Yeah, you can put this into your survival shed and basically fucking live out the apocalypse. Actually, unironically bought it.
There we go. I got it. I bought some. It'll be here on July 30th, guys. I'll let you know. I'll let you know.
Hey, that's a good turnaround on the shipping time. At least they're good at that.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's only
Somebody
5 days. Not bad.
Yeah.
Somebody ended up getting it in 2.5 weeks, so I'm like, that person might have developed a serious medical problem eating it.
So, speaking of Nikocado Avocado, absolute legend. Did you see he made the video with the same title as the Report of the Week guy?
No.
Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Okay, I found a screenshot of it. So the Report of the Week made a video, KFC's new Beyond Chicken Nuggets are inedible, and then Nikocado the next day made a video, KFC's new Beyond Chicken Nuggets are inedible, just with him and like 50,000 chicken nuggets around him.
Well, he's also been missing for like 3 weeks now.
What? Nikocado?
4 weeks. Yeah, he hasn't posted anywhere in 4 weeks.
Really?
Is he alive? Did you check up on
Yeah, he's alive. Yeah, I know. I'm all in. I'm all in.
He's got like
Me, him, and Andrew Tate. We have a love triangle.
Caleb just got all these people tagged or something. Like he just knows their biometrics.
Yeah, geotag.
It's like, wait a minute, let me see where Hungry Fat Chick is. All right, she's still here. She's still with us in the land of the living.
Dude, my favorite trend on Twitch lately is people talking to Andrew Tate and then posting a highlight titled, "I destroyed Andrew Tate in debate." That's my favorite.
No.
So
yeah.
here's my thing with Andrew Tate, right? Like, okay, so there's a few things that I can kind of like understand. Like, so he had that debate with XQC, right? Where he's like, "What would you do if somebody broke into your house?" And immediately in my head, I'm like, probably grab my sidearm and like fucking you know, get ready for a fight, because I'm like, hey, so you break into my house with like any of my family with me, I'm gonna shoot you. It's you know, castle doctrine in your house. You know what I mean? Like, it's self-defense. And XQC is like, I would not go down. I would stay up. And I'm like,
What?
you see, the way. Okay, so here's the thing with Andrew Tate, right? Like, I don't get onto his misogynistic rants or whatever because they're fucking stupid. Like, in this video I'm working on with Andrew Tate, like a lot of it is just me playing clips where he's like, guys, you know why bodybuilding sucks? Because you're literally working out for men. It's gay. Like, it's some insane shit. I'm like, this is Andrew
He's
Tate's
kind of onto
logic.
something there as a bodybuilder myself.
This is what Andrew Tate's about, right? Like, fucking, he'll be like, guys, collecting pictures of old men, like collecting money, is gay because you're just collecting pictures of these old guys. What's wrong with you? Well, like, it's outlandish shit. Like, you laugh at some of it, right? And this misogynistic stuff, whatever. Like, I tend to ignore it. Like, he has this idea where he's like really like infantile in terms of his mentality, where he's like, there's 3 types of men: 1 that cheat, 2 that are unhappy, 3 that are kind of unhappy. But like, I'm like, all right, listen, any guy like that can't really take his advice. But of course, it's like what I said last week, right, with you, Caleb, right? Like, he has some good zingers in there that you can take. Mm-hmm. But again,
No, it's
we're
funny.
like,
Yeah,
all right,
and also all of his
Work
good
on
zingers
yourself.
you can find elsewhere too.
Yeah, they're pretty generic. They're like, work on yourself, work on making yourself a better person.
Yeah.
And also, then he'll like veer into, and depression is made up, and if you say depression, you're just making, it's just an excuse for you
I
to
watched
fail
it
at
to
life.
talking about that,
Definitely,
yeah.
I think he's like
Yeah.
Jordan Peterson for like Jim Rats, you know what I mean? Like, he's Jordan Peterson for like, you know, the younger crowd. For sure.
I think he's definitely playing up a character though, because there's like moments where he breaks character and laughs. Like, I watched one where he's like, if my son's a nerd, I'm challenging him to a fight to the death. And
Yeah, yeah.
you know, like,
Yeah, I saw that. That's funny.
Well, I remember him like too. I'm like, he wasn't
Same.
new to me because I remember him from way back when he had that like, oh, you watch Star Trek? Well, I'm being a multi.
He was the guy. I remember. I watched him
everyone
on
go.
Charlie's podcast, like the official podcast, like 5 years ago. And he, I remember he had a take back then. He's like, reading books makes you stupid because you're spending your time reading. It's like, it's lowering your IQ. You should.
you don't
be
understand,
making
Nux. He's thinking 5 times ahead of us. Okay, his brain, his processing power is so fast.
Dude, this man probably watches Rick and Morty every day.
So everyone that like sort of jumps on him and like goes into the immediate like criticization of him, it's like they're focusing on. So first off, I always think, and this is why I don't really have a like for Andrew Tate, and it's the only reason is because like he does this outlandish shit, and obviously it's to get people onto his website so
Yeah.
they can buy the Hustlers University course and
Yeah.
all that crap. Like,
Yeah.
for me, he's just a course seller. Like, he's just scummy shit like that. The other thing that always weirds me out that nobody really talks about is like I found 4 different instances of Andrew Tate just literally jumping in and go like, everyone's like, hey Andrew, have you ever killed a guy? But listen, is it really killing a guy if you order a hit? Like, he talked about like ordering hits, and I'm like, because I'm looking into like his history with like his connection to the Romanian mafia, but like ordering hits, you know, we can get you basically, you know, kicked off the travel board, and I was like, Andrew, okay, like if you're really in with the mob, you shouldn't be outright saying it. You know what I mean? Like, Christ in hell, brother, you shouldn't be out there.
He plays up a character. He's trying to look like a badass to like 13-year-olds so that they can to his website.
Well, what I do, like you were saying, like the people like trying to like destroying Andrew Tate in an argument, like that stuff is like kind of annoying to me. Caleb, when your video where you just let him talk, I was like, that's golden. Just let that guy ramble.
Yeah, I was like, but when I introduced myself to him, I was like, hey man, what's up? And I was like, I'm just going to be as neutral as possible. I'm just going to ask questions. And I'm going to let you answer. And if I see something very, very, very specific or out of the ordinary, I'm probably going to ask more about it to see what you have to say about it. But I'm not going to argue with you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Like,
at the end of the day, your video is about making content, not propping up your ego.
Yeah.
which
yeah, I
is
don't
what
give a
think
fuck.
lot of-
I don't really care. I don't want to like get a
my-
one up
my
on
thing with
Andrew
him
Tate.
is
I don't
like-
feel the need to one up him.
Yeah,
but-
that's a great point, actually. Like, why do people who like
it's
just
like,
asking chat?
Of course he is. That's what he's
Andrew
doing.
Tate
I'm
being
just like, what the fuck
misogynistic
you want me
right
to say?
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, my it's actually really funny. There's a couple TikTok accounts that have just been posting clips from my video. Top Tate Striker posted one, has 8 million views, and it's of me asking Andrew Tate. I actually have it. I saved it because I was like, this is pretty fucking funny.
Also,
It's,
your title was great. It's not like destroying Andrew Tate. It's like,
Yeah.
What if I called you Andrew Late?
This one here.
What if I called you Andrew Late? That would be good.
And the comments like, yo, he made him break character, yo.
How late was he? How late?
He was 30 minutes late.
Okay.
He was pretty late. He was like,
Yeah, is it-
I'm in the
Not any
Bugatti.
different
I'm in the
from
Bugatti.
people not any
in my
different than the
Bugatti.
people we've had on our podcast that like.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't that late, and it was. I thought I was late because I was DMing him on Telegram, and then I didn't realize I was supposed to DM him on WhatsApp, not Telegram. So
I was a little charitable. Like my title is just gonna be the final god of the internet, Andrew Tate. That's all. Because it is what it is. Like like Andrew Tate. The one thing I love about him is he proves that there's no thing as cancel culture. You know what I mean? Like, because if cancel culture existed, the motherfucker would be off any
Well,
platform.
he doesn't.
He's
have,
banned off Twitter.
He doesn't have social media like a YouTube or anything.
Yeah,
does
but
he?
he does the
like,
trick where
other
he just
people
goes on
make.
others. Yeah.
Yeah, other
he
people
he-
makes them, right?
he has two. He has the emergency meeting
Okay.
on YouTube, and then
Tate
they have another channel that Tate Speech. Yep.
Yeah. I saw
Tate
that.
Speech sounds like one that's on the chopping block next.
Yeah, but his Twitter got banned. He was like, "Yo, dude, I didn't know you were gonna put a picture of my Twitter in the video." Tara just like fucking put a picture of his Twitter in the video. He's not supposed to have a Twitter, and then he got banned like immediately after. But I think personally, I don't think it was Tara. I think it was because Hassan retweeted him. And got like 30,000 likes, and his audience is known to be slightly more cancelable, I feel like, than mine. I can't imagine a single person that watched my video was like, I'm gonna go find his Twitter and report it.
Oh, dude, I was, as soon as I saw that in your video, I immediately put on my no.
Oh my god, I was gonna say no.
Started reporting.
I don't want to be
Well,
that guy. I don't want to be the
maybe
cancel
it was like
guy.
a fan evasion
But-
thing and whatever the fuck it was, and yeah, so it's.
Oh, it was, yeah.
I don't think he
But-
cares though. Like at the end of the day, like
For sure.
listen to me, like I don't like Andrew Tate in the sense that I think he's just some glorified core seller like Ty Lopez. That's about it. His advice
Yeah.
though, and this is
Yeah.
the thing that I hate, is like when everyone's like, I want to destroy Andrew, and I'm like, maybe I'm like a hidden misogynist or something, but like some of his advice when it doesn't come to women or like cheating on your significant other, because that's, you know, fucking based and red pilled, I can be like, all right, I get it. But it's like what Nuck said. It's like, it's simple
Yeah.
advice. It's like, oh, go out, work out.
Yeah.
Hey, do you guys not want to be poor? Oh, work a job. You know, do something with your life.
Yeah, I mean, read any book. Like literally, I have a whole wall full of books that are all that I've
About
heard
John
everything that he said. There is a few things that are unique from his perspective as a fighter and like MMA and stuff. That would be probably more difficult to find from books. And just like not giving up and that kind of shit. There was a couple videos that I saw when he was really young and a kickboxer and really poor that were pretty neat. But and I also did play chess with his dad, by the way.
Henry Tate? Nice.
How'd that come about?
I played chess with his dad in 2010.
Oh.
Was his
Wow.
dad
A
like
long time
actually
ago.
like fucking? Because I heard he was amazing at it too. He was like a grandmaster.
Well, being a 12 or 13-year-old, I got my fucking ass whooped.
Well, no one expects
So.
you to be GM Hikaru at it, but you know.
Yeah, no. He was really nice though. He was a really nice guy. He was very cool and very polite. And yeah, it was very interesting. I asked Andrew if that would have been him at that time in that area, and he was like, "Yeah, absolutely." So.
The reason I went there is because they're not governed by these laws, these Me Too laws. I'm like, now hold on a second, Andrew. How much sleeping around and fucking are you doing with crazies? Wearing to another side of the world is because you're getting canceled, or you have all these
Banging a lot of
allegations.
chicks. He's got to cut down on the drama, man.
That's my thing with it too. So like maybe like I realized ever since I was like looking into the Andrew Tate, maybe I'm like actually way more traditional than I think I am, because like he keeps talking about sleeping around with women, and I'm like, I could never see any of that going. Like I actually couldn't even see like all of us doing that, because it's just like, okay.
That sounds like
really
a lot
funny.
of work and
It's like
drama.
A lot of
man.
drama, and it's also like, how does that fulfill you? You know what I mean? Like, how does that make you a man? You know what I mean? Like, just sleeping around, it just makes you kind of like a fucking slut, if you will, right? Like, fucking
Genghis Khan.
yeah,
Yeah, look
yeah.
at
Okay, Genghis Khan for sure.
we're all related
Yeah.
to Genghis.
He
Papa
declared
Genghis.
he declared in my video that he wanted to have 20 different kids with 20 different women.
But see,
Ah.
And he also would not
that's
disclose
one
the
thing
amount
that
of
I
kids they already
wondered.
had.
We talked about his mom, like her grandma being like a fucking breed box. You know what I mean?
I mean, that sounds like Elon Musk, not gonna
Yeah.
lie. You know how Elon keeps complaining about how depopulation is killing the world? And then he tweets, I haven't had sex in years, like yesterday.
And then it's like, brother, you're having kids with 4 different people in the span of a year.
Then all of his replies are just people saying, listen, Elon.
He
I'm
only
excited
has
by you."
sex to have the child and then stops. Okay,
Yeah.
he's
He doesn't
responsible.
do it for the fun.
Fun, no.
Remember, his dad
He's looking
is
out
even
for
wilder.
humanity.
Dude, his dad was wilder. When I saw that trending, I was like, wait a minute. So wait, you had a kid with your stepdaughter? Like, huh? And I tweeted out "Sweet Home South Africa," and all the South Africans were like, "This doesn't happen." I'm like,
no.
but it just did. It just happened. What do you mean? We don't claim the Musks. I'm like, hey, brother. When I think of South Africa, I think of fucking the chick from Mad Max, and I think of Elon Musk. I'm sorry that he's like representing that hard, but you know, it is what it is.
It's like when I
think of
Kenya,
blatant
I think
systemic
of
racism.
Obama.
Yeah, I didn't want to jump down that route. I didn't know we were a lefty. No, I'm kidding.
Hey, but I'm a redneck. I'm as progressive as it gets.
You know, you know.
For a redneck.
You know, the thing is, it's like
No, not for a redneck. Rednecks are fucking. They're progressive as
I
shit.
actually kind of agree on
Are
that. I've been
what?
around plenty of rednecks that are.
They really are. I mean, if you think about it, like.
Oh yeah, I mean they're sleeping with their cousins, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, fucking breaking down barriers. No, I mean, if you think about like what would be a progressive would be the opposite of whatever the corporate hegemony says. You know,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Interesting.
and rednecks, like, because in Texas it's mostly just
You're
conservative
coming at us
people.
with some etymology.
I wouldn't say that they're rednecks in Texas, but in Virginia, people are like, "Yeah, let's take up arms and storm the fucking government buildings." People are crazy up there, just because they've been like forgotten, right? There's very poor welfare systems. Like, there's no people they just do crack and meth, and that's just kind of what the local governments want them to do. And there's great inequity between just like average people and rednecks. But in Texas, everybody's just kind of,
AK-47.
I love Trump, you know? Whereas in Virginia and West Virginia and like along the Appalachian Trail, people are fucking squirrely and they want shit to change bad.
See, this is what I love about like just the United States. So when I was down in California, and I go for back in Texas and California all the time, completely different locations, completely different. Like the weather's like roughly the same, completely different people. Never find the same people. That's the best part about the United States. You don't get that level of diversity in places like Canada. You know, you got like,
Well, yeah, because Canada has like 18 people.
yeah,
Like, it's not fair.
but like, okay, even different
Also,
province.
Muda, when's the last time you went to Nunavut? Okay.
I actually went there months ago, actually, to
No, you
yeah,
didn't.
to film a
It sounds cold. It sounds cold.
It is cold, man.
None of
I went to
dude,
Nunavut
it's a
to live in
remote
igloos.
place that's forgotten. Like, no one goes.
I'm having
like
good
90%
reason.
of Canada.
I'm having
Huh?
None of
You
it.
have None of it. Okay. All right. I don't know why I asked.
He talks once with Andrew, and he
Andrew
becomes a
Tate,
different
more
person.
like Andrew Tate.
I'm slick as fuck now, boys.
Did
You a
Andrew
top
give you
G?
some good advice on
Oh, God.
getting laid?
He actually did. He actually gave me some pretty interesting advice off camera. He's I genuinely believe that he is a character. Genuinely. With all of my
Did
heart.
he tell you to crush the pill up before you put it into the water, or like? No?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. He gave me really good advice.
Thoughts on the ads that you see on porn sites. That's what I want.
He doesn't watch porn.
Yeah,
He
he
also
doesn't
hasn't
watch
jacked
porn.
off in 10 years.
Why would he need to jack off? Clearly, he's a.
He has unlimited sexual access, his own words.
This is why he needs to go to Romania. 'Cause
They ain't women. They ain't women. They're access. They're sexual access.
Exactly, dude. They're not people.
yeah,
They're not people.
That's property. Okay.
They're like consumable items in a video game.
Oh my god. Stim packs from fucking Fallout. helping with his limbs.
You know, the moment I knew they were a character is when I saw the photo of them on their website with like his brother Tristan standing next to a Lamborghini with a fucking machete in his hand. I'm like,
Oh, yeah, dude.
Just like picture that in your head for a minute. I drove my supercar out to a nice vista and I'm standing in front of it with a machete. Like that just shows you either I'm like really unhinged or it's
I
all
mean,
an act.
12 or it's a character.
I definitely get it though, because like I play like a jacked up bodybuilder character just without all the misogyny, you know. So I like it was very obvious to me as soon as I saw it, but which also made the people trying to like take him down like more funny to me because they're like to me it was like, man, these people are just getting trolled.
Yeah, that's what they're arguing with a character. It's like arguing against Alex Jones. Like, do you not understand that Alex Jones and this guy, they know how absurd what they're saying is. That's the reason they're saying it,
And that's the reason why they blow up, also.
and that's the reason why they're so popular. That's literally the only reason. I greatly enjoyed my time talking to him.
Yeah.
It was very entertaining, and I do not regret it even one minute.
I 100% can guarantee as soon as the fucking cameras are off and the computers are shut off, he's a totally different person off of the camera.
Yeah, he's just
Like-
sitting
Oh,
there
yeah.
counting his money.
Yeah,
That he
exactly.
made from
Like,
people subscribing to his scam.
I don't even believe like somebody can be like that level of insane. Like if you're at that level of insanity, then I don't even think you could function online without getting completely like I don't think you can function anywhere. Period. So
Well, I don't think he would have a. I mean, he has a lot of monies, but I don't think he would have like a friend group around him if he was that insane all
Does
the
he,
time.
he doesn't have a
Right.
friend group now either.
who needs friends
I mean,
when you've
they're
got
his
He just
squad.
has old
He
women
has his squad.
massaging. He
What
has
is he?
old women
Whatever he
massaging
calls
him.
it.
He has I talked to a couple of his like personal assistants and stuff, and they're really cool. One of them watched my videos already,
Nice.
knew who I was, which was pretty interesting. But yeah, they were all like his team was fucking like amazing. They were very, very, very extremely nice and kind and polite. And so was he, honestly. But
I think, like, you're right. You play a character because, like, literally, when you're looking at his house, just even his house, right? Like, you got the supercars lined up, which already, like, no one's doing that unless you're trying to portray some wild image of, like, masculinity, you know what I mean? But also, dude, in front of his front door is a fucking giant-ass 12-foot samurai fucking, like... I'm like, god damn, of course this man's a
Yeah.
character. Who puts that shit
yeah,
up
I
in
mean,
front of their
he
front door?
killed a cricket. The reason he was late is because he was trying to kill a cricket, and he killed it with a quote unquote Rambo knife, and he kept showing me the knife with the cricket on it. And I was like, bro,
Of course.
fuck crickets for one.
Yeah.
I thought he would have loaded up a fucking 5.7 or something and started walking around
I
the house.
know. I'm
firing
kind of
at it.
disappointed in that story. I was thinking he would have like kickboxed the shit out of that cricket
Yeah.
or something, like a true man. But he had to use a weapon. Yeah, unload. I guess he's reasonable though.
He would have thrown pink sauce at it until it just couldn't be.
You think Andrew Tate could do a pink sauce? You think he could take it? You think he could chug that whole bottle
Listen,
down? You think
Andrew
he's that
Tate
much of a
would
man?
refuse to drink the pink sauce. He doesn't drink pink. He's a man. Okay, men don't associate with pink.
Yeah, he doesn't.
That's
yeah,
true. It's a very feminine color.
Very feminine.
Andrew Tate doesn't want estrogen in
No.
his system. He's carrying 107.
That's the color of nipples.
Only babies suck on nipples, not me.
Not anymore.
Anymore.
Yo,
I'm single now.
title this podcast episode, Mudahar destroys Andrew Tate.
Oh my! I know, for real, literally. You could do the-
Yeah, that'd be funny.
But
Play
you
off
know,
the
thing is,
XQC
like,
meme.
I can't even jump into like destroying because it feels like everyone that tries to debate him takes him too seriously. Like XQC jumps on, and well, I have a million things
It's
to say, but it's like
dude,
XQC,
imagine trying to break down like his line. Like I walked into a plane and I saw there was a woman as a pilot, and I was sure the plane was going to crash because women can't park cars. That was like his line, right? It's like, can you imagine trying to deconstruct that seriously?
You can. You've already lost the
You
moment
can't.
you walk.
So anyone that takes this seriously loses the battle. Like they lose
Like
the
I
battle
saw the
before
clip
starting.
of Hassan going at it, which he started to bring up the evidence, like empirical evidence on it. I'm like, Hassan, brother, you've already the shit. You've already lost this argument. Like, you could bring.
Friend of the show, Hassan.
I loved his response. He's like, well, just in my personal experience, they're bad at driving. And that was it.
Yeah, he changes, he flips it, and then it's done. It's like over. And you know, it's like the thing about it is like I can understand from Hassan's like perspective, because obviously Hassan asked him the question about like, you know, the selling courses, which I'm like, oh, that's about the only thing I was interested in hearing. And when he's trying to deconstruct like the whole like driving thing, I'm like, he's just gonna like deflect it all the way back into like, this is my personal lived experiences. And how do you deconstruct that? What if like Andrew Tate, what if he says 100 women drivers have existed in my lifetime and all of them have crashed a car? Then how are you going to deconstruct a man like that? He's mentally scarred from his driving. What are you going to do?
Yeah, that's his own trauma.
Right,
He's
that's
dealing with.
unlucky. Yeah,
Taking
he's
it
just unlucky.
seriously gives it so much more credibility than it actually has.
Yeah, 'cause
Right.
Yeah, that's. I just didn't. I mean, I wasn't really taking anything he was saying really seriously, and it felt great. It was entertaining and funny, and even Tara loved it. She was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
"There's no chance you get canceled."
Yeah.
for
he-
me,
he-
when I was watching him, dude, like any of his clips, you know what I think to myself? I'm like, oh, this is a 4chan user that actually believes what he says, you know? It's like, you know, when you jump onto like a fucked up thread and you like say something outlandish, right? And everyone's
Minus the
like,
racism, though.
Minus the racism.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, whatever. You jump into a misogynistic thread, right? Like, everyone says something outlandish, and it's funny because it is so outlandish. Like, Andrew Tate, the best way to describe him is, this is the kind of guy that we're all sitting in a room, right? We're all just, you know, watching TV. And out of nowhere, like, unprovoked, he's like, you know, guys, I think that they should air the Special Olympics on Comedy Central. I mean, that's all we really want, right? Like, he's the one that, like, throws that out there. And everyone's like, oh, Andrew, you wild boy, how can you say that? And then he's like, I wasn't even saying it as a joke. I'm actually dead honest serious. And he is serious. So it's like, that's what I always think of Andrew as, you know? Like, he's outlandish, you know, trying to argue and reason with him just makes you look...
Yeah.
You're also validating him, right? Like, the reason why you don't argue with somebody like that or Alex Jones is because why give their argument any credibility? Just sit there and like.
Well,
all right,
I
say
have a
what you need
question
to.
then. He's
It's
been
fun.
like making the rounds on internet, right? When does he run out of people to talk to sell his program, and then he just kind of like simmers down and fades out? Because he's been going on every show, right? He can.
I don't know if he can truly. The thing about it is like. I think eventually he'll become so big in it's because TikTok's really helping him out of this, right? Like, it's not him going onto other people's platform; it's his clip being successful. You know?
You're
Yeah.
right, yeah, because like
So-
people are clipping him from
Yeah.
his whatever. So
Because I'm not
that's-
listening for the response from the other YouTubers.
They're
like,
clipping
all
him
of
on
Caleb's
Truth
clips.
Social and airing him out
Yeah.
to the world.
Yeah, like I love Caleb, but if I watch the Andrew Tate Caleb documentary, I'm not watching it for Caleb. I'm watching
No.
it for Andrew Tate's.
God
clips,
no.
right?
Exactly. That's why
So
I was
that's
just
about
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like people just grab a bunch of clips off of that. It goes on TikTok getting millions upon millions of views, and that's all you need, right? Like, it really doesn't matter. He could be talking to like 100 sub YouTuber or like 1,000,000 sub YouTuber, and it wouldn't change.
I guess as long as he can keep saying controversial shit, he'll probably be popping off for the rest of eternity.
Yeah, I think he's.
I don't know. I feel like people are going to get bored of him at some point.
Right? I'm trying to figure that
Absolutely,
out.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
In a month, he'll no longer be in the limelight. He might still be around spreading his Tate speech, but I doubt he'll be.
His
I love the word hate speech. It's
yeah. The more people that upload videos where they say he got owned, and then people watch and then see that you know
getting it?
he didn't get owned, and then that like you know he's not.
I don't know.
This-
It's like when you see people with like completely different opposing viewpoints arguing, I personally get the impression that nothing is learned here at all. Like,
Yeah.
you know, when you hear like pro-life versus pro-choice or whatever, and it's like, you know, abortion is murder. No, it's a woman's body, a woman's choice. Okay, who gained anything from that conversation?
Nobody learned Nobody learned a
No.
perspective from anybody in that argument.
Not at all.
obviously,
You're
no.
you're viewing the situation as two completely separate things, and that's it.
You're-
It's no
Yeah.
owning anyone
Confirmation bias.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're not. You. And the thing about these people is like they jump into like their own little like hug boxes, their own little like communities, and they just keep bouncing the same idea back and forth.
Definitely,
Like,
yeah.
They never extend or like enhance their idea. They never.
It's like
even
Andrew
take
Tate
other
says
sides.
women can't drive, and it's like,
Yeah,
yeah,
right? Like,
well, you're a
what is the-
misogynist, Mike drop.
What is the argument? to his
Yeah.
lived-in
Yeah, well, you're a
experience, right? Like,
misogynist.
if
And he's like,
if
yeah,
Andrew tells
I
me,
am.
oh, I lived in my
Destroy.
life, couldn't drive. What am I supposed to say? I'm like, well, I have 10 women in my life too, Andrew, and all of them can fucking drive a vehicle perfectly fine. Like, what do you want? Like, at that point, we're just arguing our personal like experiences against each other. You know, it's like,
Hey, that's one I could kind of argue. I mean, I crashed a side by side, and I'm a male. Okay,
Yep.
Impossible.
so I saw a female.
You are bringing us down.
I know.
You are doing
Andrew,
bad.
My Lord and Savior Andrew, I'm sorry.
To be fair, though, for Andrew can use this as an example. I was driving a couple days ago, and I was driving down an intersection, right? And this is my total fuck up, by the way. It was a yellow, and I was like, I think I can make this yellow. So I like pedal like my fucking car down, and I'm like, I go from like fucking 40 to 100. And I'm like cutting it. The guy gets into the center console, so it's about to be a head-on collision. And in the last second, I do like this Forza Horizon near miss, fucking dodge the guy, and he's like honking his horn, like following me for 2 fucking blocks, honking the horn, and I'm like, brother, nobody got injured.
We're cool.
Okay? If you want to get out and cause an injury now, we can fucking do it. But like, hey, brother, it's over. You know what I mean? Like, I admit it, I fucked up, but I, as a male in this case, dropped this out of it. Okay, I fucking dodged them. I would challenge
Buddha,
anybody.
You just
of
kept
any
the
gender.
average up. Thank you.
Yeah.
I would love to challenge anybody of any gender to recreate the same. So no, stay winning, boy. Andrew could use that as an example, but because that's where he runs into. But the thing with Andrew, you know, it's like, just to, I guess, tie it all off. Really, it's like he is without a doubt a troll on the internet, and to give a troll power and validate their bullshit is kind of a disservice to everything else. You know what I mean? Like, anybody that's kind of, like, when XQC and Aiden Ross jump into a debate, they're not the most highly intelligent people in the world or anything. You know, I'm just saying they ain't going to the University of Toronto as like fucking honors graduates or anything of that nature. But like, when they're arguing, like, even a basic point like self-defense, they have no idea how to actually like argue with a man like Tate. Like, if Tate asked me that, I'm like, yeah, absolutely, I would fucking bring the self-defense. What do you mean? Like, he mentioned self-defense, and actually he's like, I'd stay upstairs. And like, Andrew Tate's like, even if you had a gun? And he's like, why are you changing the argument? I'm like, okay, don't be so fucking dense. You knew.
Well, I think that's like 2 people with like complete different mindsets. You have one person who's a trained fighter who knows how to defend himself, and then one person
world
who
champion kickboxer.
streams behind a computer all the time, and you know, if he's
Gets
confronted
swatted
by a
every
guy,
second week, you know?
yeah, he's like, I don't want to deal with it. You know,
Yeah.
I'll hide.
Another interesting thing, like Aiden Ross, does he argue with him? I think Aiden's like,
No, I think
he agrees with everything he says.
Dude,
Yeah,
He just gets bullied by him.
Yeah.
converted.
Hassan called
Yeah.
him a dick rider, and he had his 2 friends say, "Don't say that about my friend. He's not right at his dick." And I was like, "Wow, is that what this is about?"
Yeah, like, see, here's the other thing that I don't get on. When somebody gets that mad over the internet, I'm like, what are you gonna do? Fly over to my house and fight me? Pussy?
Yeah, I was
Let's
like,
do it. Like, I'm like, I don't care.
You know what actually is crazy, to tie this back into fighting and Andrew Tate? My friend Leon Lush, excellent YouTuber.
Yes.
Someone I consider a great friend.
Friend of the show.
Friend of the show.
Friend of the
Great
show.
guy. Truly great guy. Andrew Tate does not like Leon Lush at all. Okay. Leon Lush made a video on Andrew Tate a year ago or something like that with one of his buddies, and they were saying how they brought up a clip how Tate said that in Spider-Man, he thinks Spider-Man's a pussy and the worst superhero because he wouldn't kill the guy that killed his Uncle Ben. And then I haven't seen that part of the video specifically, but Leon and the other guy they were with, according to Tate, said that they wouldn't have killed him. And Tate had like a big problem with that, and then like made a video response and then just roasted Leon Lush's wife for like a long time, right? Is really bad. Is really bad. Is very uncalled for and very, very, very disgusting, right? And I was just like, all right, bro.
Well, in Andrew's defense, he wouldn't have killed Uncle. He wouldn't have killed him. He would have ordered him.
True, yeah.
Two separate
Yeah.
things. Two separate.
But yeah, like that goes back to the whole thing of like going down to the fucking stairs and defending yourself. I mean, would you guys have killed Uncle Ben's killer?
No.
If your father figure was murdered, you wouldn't have killed him?
Nah.
Absolutely.
Visions?
Shot to the head.
If you had a chance, you wouldn't have?
I wouldn't have.
Me? Would I have killed Uncle?
I would have killed
like,
Uncle
the killer
Ben.
Of your basically your father figure, your only father figure.
I don't think I would do that, and there's a reason why I wouldn't do that. It's because like you're really devolving yourself down to the. If I was a
with you.
superhero,
Yeah,
I don't know if
right.
I
I would have to
down, 'cause at that
ask
point-
myself, what does Uncle Ben want?
So I think
Right.
Yeah,
in the position
like-
of self-defense, like absolutely kill the guy,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, if you're involved in the scenario directly, I feel like you probably would have the
Yeah.
the
But if
the
it's at a point
masculine
where
imperative.
you have the power and you just catch up to the guy, I'm with you.
if you're
I'm
hunting
with
down,
Leon
yeah.
Lush, all right? I'm with him and
Yeah.
his wife. I'm on their
Well,
side.
a chunk of my family is in law enforcement, and like it's a good discussion mechanism for it too, because it's like for a chunk of them, it's like we're not so much more different than criminals in a way too, except the only reason is like there's a line that you just don't cross, you know, like you don't kill somebody, you don't commit, you're also not a criminal. You might be on like the opposite end of the playing field, but it's like as far as your execution can go, sometimes as far as your mentality, it's like sometimes you're not all that far off. You know what I mean? Like, in order to catch some bad guy, you have to understand how bad guys
Definitely,
are.
yeah.
That
Understand
kind
how
of
they
mentality.
think. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like in that case, you're not too far off, and they know how you think too. The only thing that separates you is you're not willing to go to their level. You know, it's like it's easy to kill a man. It's way difficult to forgive somebody and like abide by the law, right? Like they have to like you really like. It's kind of like if you broke into like a child trafficking ring, right? And you caught the guy running it. You know, it's probably really difficult for you not to put a bullet into the guy. But then you think to yourself, you remind yourself, it's like, hey, I gotta let my emotion cool down, because the actual punishment, if I bring this guy in alive, is far worse, right? You know what I mean?
But also, it's
So
not
like,
about
that's
what's
the kind of
worse.
stuff you have
It's
to go
I think
with.
people that like take up
It's about what's right.
that mantle, they have to subscribe to a higher moral authority. Otherwise, they are just
Absolutely.
You know, what makes you any different than this person who's subscribing to their own morals? You know, like
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm a murderer
like-
then. I don't know.
I mean, like, listen. I think it's a tough call. Like, I think if you're
Yeah.
faced with that situation, it's not something a movie can really instill. Like, that's like that's like a test of character. But I also would argue it doesn't really it doesn't really make you a good or bad person if you chose to kill the fucking murder of your father figure. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
If someone murdered my dad, it would be hard for me not to want to kill them.
yeah, right.
I think
Like,
that's the
I'm
the
with
normal
you.
guttural reaction,
agree.
right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
eye for an eye.
I don't know
So-
what I would do in this situation. I'm just trying to.
It's
Yeah.
tough. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
like, I hope to God I'm never put into a situation where I have fucking spider
Oh.
powers, and that's a thing.
Right.
So it's like, in that case, like, it's easy to look at it from the side and think you want to be the good character, but I think it's like immediately different when you're in the actual heat of the moment for sure.
Yeah,
Like,
for sure.
it's easy for us to say that because we've never lived that experience. So fucking who knows? But he got pissed. He like went after his wife for that.
There was more to it. They weren't. It wasn't just specifically that it started with the Spider-Man thing, and then they went through all of his content and were like talking about how he's such a misogynist, etc., and like how he's a liar and just a standard like Ty Lopez course seller type guy.
Yeah.
Standard YouTube commentary of Andrew Tate. And then he just makes fun of him. I mean, it's very eye for an eye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing with like covering Andrew Tate is like there's so much weird like information that's been like thrown out with him. Like everyone keeps saying that he's a trafficker, right? So it's like I did the research for it.
I hate that claim.
Well, I did the whole research on it, right? And like the source everyone is using is literally like a TMZ of Romania. Like, okay, so everywhere in the English translation, they're like law enforcement have dropped the case. They never did.
So I hate when people's takes get equated to who they are. It's like someone has a bad take, you call them a pedophile. That's like not okay.
Yeah, dude, there's so many people. Dude, I feel like any.
Huh?
That's why I don't make takes on the internet.
It's so
Yeah.
messed up on the internet.
Yeah, you just shoot yourself in the stomach.
I just hurt
okay?
myself. No one can say anything about that. All
Yeah, I
right?
try not to have too many takes.
Yeah.
A lot of people on the internet just drop drop these labels like they're nothing. You know what I mean? Like you call somebody like a racist. You know? It used to be when you called somebody like a legit racist. Like
They were racist?
You know, like they were
Yeah.
actually like in David Duke level racist. You know what I mean? Now it's like, oh, I disagree with you, therefore you're a Nazi.
Yeah, people call me a racist a lot.
Even though that's
Really?
not even
For what?
true. It's like, for what?
Because I'm from Virginia and have guns and I'm white. I don't fucking know.
And it's
I've
like,
never been racist on the internet.
then you ask them, it's like, how am I racist? And they can never come up with an actual
Nah.
Yeah,
mention.
it's really stupid. It doesn't make any sense.
Well,
But-
people say that I'm like white nationalist too. I'm not even joking. I've heard
That's
that
fucking
too.
awesome,
I'm
dude.
like a pick-me for the white nationalists and like the KKK.
Wow.
Okay, well, I mean,
Because I also
don't-
own guns. That's why.
Yeah.
I'm the least controversial person here.
Easily, bro. Easily.
Why-
the pink sauce, man.
Yeah, dude.
Hey, and I think I'll get a lot of respect for it. All right.
I got extra if you want some.
Yeah, I'll fly down to Texas, drink some pink sauce.
Sure.
I mean, we all get called some funny stuff on the internet. I was called a
True.
Nazi and I'm Jewish. I feel like that's also.
Oh, you're switching teams quite literally.
Yeah.
Yeah, which do you align with more, the Jewish or the Nazi side?
Yeah, which one? Is it the plus sign or the star sign? Which one?
Yeah, the sign that my
plus
grandfather
side.
had to wear on his arm. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, dude.
That's,
Well, so I was watching this thing about this is where it like gets really wild. So in Canada, there's this thing called Arrive Can, right? Like this.
I hate Arrive Can so much.
Don't know what that is.
So basically, like every time you enter the country, right, you have to fill this little COVID thing on your cell phone, right? Like this little fucking survey or whatever. Hey, have you been sneezing? No.
But I'm
Okay.
vaccinated, right? That works.
Yeah.
Right?
No. You have to
It doesn't.
upload
It
No,
proof of
you can
vaccination.
you can still get and transmit COVID if you're vaccinated. You buffoon.
I know. I got COVID. Okay, after I got vaccinated.
They kept so basically they make us download this app and do like a check on us and everything. So first off, I think it's a little outlandish. You know what I mean? Personally, I think it's a little excessive. However, I can't straight up say that because the people. Whenever I say that, I'm aligning myself with some like actual brain dead fucks. You know, like
You literally cannot have any sort of subversive opinion to the
opinion.
Well,
like what I said, the corporate hegemony. Like you literally cannot disagree in any way
But I don't-
with
but Caleb,
any company or anybody who puts their in their profile a pride flag for gin.
But Caleb, I
cannot have any sort of differing
I don't
opinion.
disagree for those same reasons. Like these people are like, "Oh, this is the government's way of tracking and controlling us." I'm like, no,
Yeah.
wait a
It
minute,
is.
wait a minute.
It absolutely is.
Don't you have a passport though? Isn't that basically the same thing?
Yeah, like even if it's something so menial that you disagree with, like we already have this,
Yeah.
you still can't.
No, but it's like they talk
Yeah,
about
it's
how
not worth it
They talk
anyways.
about how this is the
Yeah.
power of control and how the elites are controlling us. I'm like, wait just a minute, okay?
No, but like I hate it because like
You
when
have
you
a Social
complain
Security
about
card.
Arrive Can. You complain about Arrive Can, and then people say, "Oh, you're complaining about Arrive Can? Does that mean you're an anti-vaxxer?"
I'm like,
Yes.
no, I don't. I just complain about the fact
does.
that-
It's just inconvenient.
not the extra inconvenience, but it's like you argue about it, and everyone's like, "Oh well." And then the people who are like, "Yeah, brother, you agree that it's about control."
No,
You're
also not
putting us
that.
evil liberty."
Yeah.
No, not even close. I'm like, hey, I'm a vaccinated dude. I don't give a fuck if I had the extra booster or not. I kind of just do it because it's not a Canadian thing. I have to fly into the United States. Guess who requires me to get fucking shotted up? It's the U.S. as well too. So, and then you got to tell these people, I'm like, traveling to other countries is not a right. It's actually a privilege, and you apply for this privilege every 10 years in form of a passport. So I don't understand this whole like elite controlling you argument through an app. When again, you literally sign up for passports, driver's licenses, gun licenses.
No gun
It's
licenses,
like, you
but
need a license. And
not here.
Well, I don't live in the
Not
fucking freedom fucking Lone Star State.
I got a gun. And I don't have a license for it. All right. So
Yeah.
That's what I love about like old Texas though, because you could apparently like Caleb, you were telling me like you could literally can just walk around with like a fucking concealed gun now. There's,
Yeah,
like,
it's
no
called
rules.
constitutional carry. Yeah, there's a lot of. I think 40
Constitutional?
states have constitutional carry because it's like it's implied in the Constitution that you should be able to conceal. Like for some reason,
that-
you can open carry a weapon via the Constitution, but you can't hide a weapon. You cannot conceal
Concealed
it.
carry,
You used to have a permit and then go through a training course, etc. But you could still always open carry though.
Yeah.
So like it doesn't make any sense that the one that causes fear is legal, but the one that people usually have whenever they're defending themselves and are actual, like if there ever is a rare good guy with a gun situation, usually they're concealed carrying because they're not making themselves a target.
Although you said rare good guy with a gun too.
It is very rare. It's like statistically very
hey,
rare.
wait. The gun guy. All my gun friends are making videos about a good guy with a gun right now.
Yeah,
so.
there is. I mean, it does happen that the guy in the mall, there was a guy in L.A. last week. It happens,
Yep.
About a little less frequently than mass shootings.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
Did you see that? Oh God, is it Sacha Baron Cohen had like a This Is America show. Did you see that ever? No. That's the guy. But his previous show is like, I think it was called This Is America, where he would like make up these he'd like have these ruses, and he would like tell them to politicians, and like actually like he's promoting something.
No, that's
like he dressed up as
amazing.
this Israeli army guy that tried to promote kindergarten, where all the kindergartners have firearms in case they
That's
like, get
fucking
shooting.
crazy, dude.
And he like he taught. I can't believe you never heard this. This is
That is
internet
insane.
gold.
It's
And
genius.
so he went to like a bunch of politicians, and he would like explain to them like how this is actually effective and it's a tool used in Israel, which is obviously not. And and like he would explain to them, and like he would get politicians to sign off on it. Like he would actually convince them that this is a good idea. And like they would get in a lot of trouble for actually
Yeah, you're
thinking
right.
kindergarten. And now that you mention
Yeah,
our
you're
5-year-old
right.
how do you
should
stop
be
a bad
carrying.
guy with a gun with a
Yeah.
good boy with a gun?
Dude, that reminds me of this one TikTok video. I got
I've seen that.
protect the kids. It's like
Yes.
a black Southern Baptist preacher.
Yes, dude. I've seen that.
Fucking
Wait, is that not sacrilegious? He's cut a hole in his Bible to put a weapon?
Yeah, that Bible's on. That
He
gun right
opens
there
it
is
up-
on loan
he
from
opens it up to
God.
Corinthians and he cannot commit a sin.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
hope he has like a Bible verse etched on the side of the
Yeah.
bullet.
Psalms 11:12.
Like, if it's not engraved on his sidearm, is it really? Like, come on.
Oh my God.
But like he's got and then like the other teacher's like, yeah, I got like on my hip like another sidearm. The lady's got like a smaller Glock on her. I'm like, God damn, dude, this whole like.
What a world we live in, eh?
Yeah,
Well,
the
America, I
best
guess.
protection against
given how
shootings
the
is
cops
a
weren't
classroom
doing
full of
shit down
guns.
there, I mean,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like I saw that.
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude.
I
Yeah.
can't believe you never heard that. You heard of this thing. This is like right up your alley.
Hear
dude.
that? That was like
oh my god.
insane.
He had a whole episode where he was like telling like these politician type people that terrorists are homophobic. So if you have a terrorist running up to you, you threaten them to like give them a hug or something, and they get scared.
He's like, just put
I'll suck your
pride
dick.
flags everywhere.
Yeah.
You know what? You should put a pride flag on top of the Boeing 747, so they just don't even come into it. It's like literally like.
That's right. They're like vampires. If you put that up, they can't come in.
Yeah.
They're like vampires. You hang up your garlic, your Domino's garlic knots.
They just won't enter the premises.
They won't do it. It's like
Yeah.
it's literally like their anti thing for him too.
Yeah.
We should like fucking. I'm surprised. Like I think we might actually get canceled this stream. I just like really replayed the whole like Andrew Tate shit in my head. I'm like, we all just came across.
I thought we had a wholesome conversation.
We are not. We are not misogynistic. We are not racist.
Well, speak for yourself.
Oh my God, you're making it worse, bro.
I
making
shit
it
myself
worse.
in a diaper. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm cool.
We are
All right?
all-
I'm one of you.
We are all easily reasoned with people, individuals who don't specifically take one side based on our confirmation bias or the people that we hang out with. We adopt our opinions based on logic, reason, and what seems right.
Look at this
You know?
guy trying to use
Yeah.
rationale.
Not the corporate hegemony. Listen to me. Listen to me.
Dude, how do we actually? Muda, how did you pick such a great roster for this podcast?
I honestly like the thing about this podcast that works real well too. It's like it's not anybody that's afraid to like step on toes or whatever too. It's like you've got like three people plus we got like. I think honestly with our guests it works well. Like Houston Jones, like fucking.
Thank you.
All of it feels natural. We all feel like brothers talking about some insanely like wild shit. Like
This is fun.
I like this podcast.
We're like four men navigating through a fucking minefield of.
I like this episode too. This is a fun episode.
Episode.
It is.
Camaraderie.
We're in the trenches.
Yeah.
Most podcasts.
We're in a
most
foxhole.
podcasts that I see, like, they're one of two things. Either they have an extreme agenda to like push on you, or they don't talk about anything remotely relevant to society. You know,
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
one of the two. So I really appreciate that we could make fun of everybody here.
Yeah.
There's no agenda to push on anybody except Sour Boys. That's about it. That's the only agenda.
Exactly. Yeah. Which it has
Buy
not launched
Sour
yet, but
Boys.
soon. All right.
Buy Sour Boy soon.
Soon, yeah, soon. 2021.
When it comes to the agenda,
2022 too.
I think Nux, you're absolutely right, because every single YouTube podcast is like, it feels like it's not the host anymore. It's like whatever the comment section is of that podcast, right? Because it's like,
It's just talking about nothing. Like you can have a lot of fun podcasts where it's talking about food and stuff.
yeah. I mean, we had a
Nah.
whole thing talking about
Respect
pink
it.
sauce, and we have somebody who knows about FDA laws directly.
And, you know, we can talk about pink sauce, but what we really need to wrap this whole thing up is we're not wrapping it up, you know, like chronologically, speaking of time, but to wrap this whole thing up in terms of a cycle of logic, let's talk about pink socks.
Oh,
What about pink socks?
go
Just
on.
kidding. That'll get definitely. Yeah, pink sock. That's a prolapsed
you know,
anus for those of you who don't know.
Ah,
Hey,
yeah,
I see you're,
Yeah.
I see you're a Howie
Ask Howie Mandel.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm a Howie Mandel enjoyer. I recently went down the Howie Mandel rabbit hole. That guy is incredible.
You should have seen my dad's reaction when I showed him that exact video. Because I was like, hey, Dad, do you know this guy? I showed him the TikTok of the Howie Mandel thing, and he's like, oh my God, this is a guy on Deal or No Deal. And then he kept watching. He was like, oh my God, that is a prolapsed anus. Like, he just went on.
Yeah. Is this COVID related? Is this
Yeah.
COVID
You see
related?
my dad, he's like, well, I can tell you that's not.
Howie Mandel, he's the guy that got fake abducted.
Yeah,
Like, he made,
dude,
like,
yeah, that's Howie.
He's awesome, bro.
That's the
That's
guy.
that's the
our
rabbit
guy.
hole, man. I'm making a video on him soon. Pretty cool. He's
He's
really
a
funny.
germaphobe, right? He's a
That's why he shaved his hair off. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Look-
What? I didn't know that's
I
why.
think Howie Mandel is probably one of the fucking greatest Canadian treasures ever. I was like, yeah.
He's Canadian.
Oh, yeah.
So, this is all news.
Give it a few years, people are gonna like look at prolapsed anuses and call it the Howie Mandela effect.
Did Howie Mandel actually? Well, this is why I bought a whole new server just to store archives like this on there. You know, so I have this like thing. I think one day the aliens will come and blow us all up. You know what I mean? Like I genuinely believe like aliens will probably be like, all right, it's enough letting these douchebags ferment. Let's just end it right here. All right.
The aliens are gonna see the hegemony.
Yeah, the aliens are gonna destroy the hegemony and all of us. So I have like a whole server, like reinforced server, and it's like I'm gonna tunnel this into my like house. So one day, when the new civilization comes up, right, like the new human being breeds, like caveman hunters and shit, and they evolve into our stage of technology, they'll like dig under my house and erect this like old world server edict and like fire it up, and it'll just be Howie Mandel's processed anuses. 10 gigabytes of Andrew Tate's clips.
Yeah.
And they'll be like,
Oh my
I love
God.
the build-up. I love the build-up, bro.
old Earth? What the
He's so funny,
Their
dude.
historians will be spending years upon years trying to analyze what it means.
Yeah, like you'll have people in literal like scientific like laboratories, like just like analyzing every frame of like Andrew Tate, this podcast, everything, and they'll be like, wow.
And one scientist will turn to the other scientist and say, "Yeah, this is the Weasel universe, all right."
Dude, I love that conspiracy so much. Do you know the Weasel conspiracy? Do you know that? Anybody here know the Weasel timeline?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know
yeah,
the
yeah,
conspiracy.
yeah. I
We
don't
talked
know
about it
this
last
one.
podcast
Okay,
episode.
so the Weasel timeline.
I didn't make it that far.
So the Weasel timeline. So you know CERN, the guys who run the Hadron Collider?
Yes. Yeah.
So apparently, because of the Hadron Collider, it's not only expensive, but small animals die in it really like a lot. Like birds die, small because they get into it. They like
Deserved.
bite a cable, and it's like you blow up because
Deserved.
so much
Okay.
voltage.
Idiots.
So the
Fucking
weasel,
dumbasses.
So weasels snuck
They
in.
don't trust the hegemony.
No, they don't. They have like the innate animal sense. So the weasel gets into the Hadron Collider and he bites into the cable and basically blows up. So the weasel is dead. There are literal
Okay.
conspiracy theories that believe that because of that happened, the weasel shifted us into an alternate timeline, which is why we have COVID and like Trump is president. And, like
Tate.
yeah,
Is this why I broke my arm?
yeah,
Yep.
you're in an alternate
Yeah.
timeline. You
Yep.
haven't broken your arm. You haven't even eaten the bullseye. You literally there's an alternate timeline where you don't even know the mouthfeel of a testicle. Like,
Oh my
Like
God.
in an alternate timeline, Houston, you literally brought a testicle home. You're like, I'm gonna cook this like a normal person. I'm not gonna eat this shit
This
raw.
fucking weasel, man.
Weasel did it. We live.
I can't
we live
believe
in the
it.
weasel time. We live in the satanic weasel time.
believe it.
Also, go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead. I was. Just,
This is a derailing topic. Go ahead.
No,
Sorry.
I was just gonna
Finish
say
your
the
weasel thought.
Timeline itself is wild and insane, and there's no escape from it. Like, who knows how to shift back? People have been trying. We're not able to shift back yet. Scientists, however, are hiding the truth.
I agree. Yeah. Yeah, it's a simulation. Yeah, I wanted to ask you, Houston, how has the last how long ago did you break your arm?
7 weeks now?
7 weeks ago. How did you break it on the side by side? Your arm popped out the side.
Yeah. So I was driving a side by side on some dunes. Got in there. It was about a 30-second drive. Tried to kind of fishtail. Stuck my arm out. It rolled, and I pivoted my hand that way.
Oh,
broke the radius and ulna.
And both.
So I had like another elbow to the inside of my arm here. So it was very visible. I knew it was broken like right away.
What's been like? Did you have to get surgery on it and everything too?
Yeah. Well. So when it happened, I was on these dunes, right? And I was stuck there with my arm broken for about an hour before I could get off the dunes.
Oh God.
And it was kind of funny because, like, I live in a small town. The cop came up to me and he immediately knew who I was. He's like, "Yeah, the guy that got shot with a beanbag around to the knee. You know, I love your stuff." But they,
hell yeah.
yeah, you know, they take me to the emergency and stuff. Well, no, here's the most fucked up thing I learned about the American health system. They asked me, "Do you want to ride in the ambulance?" And I'm like, I mean, my arm is, you know, it's shouldn't I not be in an ambulance right now? But I guess people don't have insurance. Luckily, I do. So I obviously got the ambulance, right?
Seems like a good investment.
Expensive, I bet.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a business. It's a tax write-off. So, but yeah, obviously I went to emergency. So it wasn't considered an emergency surgery. So they knocked me out. They had to stretch my bones back and put it in a splint. And then I was like that for 6 days. So my arms were still broken, and like my bones were shifting around every time I stood up and laid down. And then 6 days later, I had surgery, and they put 2 metal plates on my arm. It was a boring. Well, it's been a boring kind of a month.
Yeah,
I beat all of Elden Ring twice.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. That's what my question was going to be like. What have you been doing? Because I mean, you're obviously your channel's very physical. Obviously, you got into the fucking Liver King thing. You ate the balls and stuff. Was that during your broken arm phase, or was that right before?
That was during. Yeah. That was
Okay,
the
during
recent one,
you
yep.
filmed that during. Okay, yeah. I assumed. Yeah.
Yeah, he can't
Yes.
injure himself.
Right.
physically,
Right.
so-
It works for the Liver King. Hopefully, it works for me. Turns out it does not.
Liver King, what's up, primals? I am not on steroids.
Yeah.
I mean, his next video is eating 200,000 calories of pink slop. So.
Pink
Yeah, pink slop.
Yeah.
Pink slop is primal.
It's
Primals.
primal. No,
But
yeah, go ahead. Oh,
No. You.
oh yeah. I guess I that whole surgery experience and stuff for me was weird because I work out you normally would work out all the time
Yeah.
and stuff. Kind of couldn't, doctor's orders. I can train my legs somewhat and whatnot, but it threw me through like a whole like mental loop because like everything I did normally
Routine gone.
yeah,
He's using
it's
the
like
testicles to
my going to
regenerate
the
the
gym,
cells.
getting hurt for a living, can't do any of it, so it was weird for me to adjust for a little bit. Luckily, I think I was comfortable with like not posting for a few weeks to kind of heal up and stuff. I know us YouTubers kind of get into that state of like we always got to get our video up, right? So I kind of chilled for a little bit, and which kind of felt nice.
That's awesome.
But
Yeah, and it's healing up now.
Yeah,
Like you
it's
said, it was
good.
difficult to flex,
It's-
whatever.
yeah,
Because I mean,
that like I couldn't do that for the longest time, but it took me about 3 weeks before I could even use my hand.
wow.
But most of it's coming back now. I should make a full recovery, and hopefully I can get shot with more shit in the future.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
One of my
that's the
buddies.
dream. That's
One of my buddies broke his radius and ulna too. Playing football, he like landed and then just snapped both those bones. And his arm now is like crooked.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Oh, okay.
And he's back to normal and really strong. But sometimes whenever he does like really repetitive stuff like digging with a shovel or because he just fucking works his ass off all the
Gotcha.
time, it'll swell up right where his break is, and he gets
Yeah.
this big knot that looks fucking goofy as hell.
Nasty, yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, but yeah, because the radius and ulnar, they're kind of unique little bones. They cross over each other. So I imagine the healing of that is got to be weird as fuck and painful as hell.
Yeah, it's like I said, like even though like I didn't damage any of my tendons, like my especially like the week following surgery and everything, my hand was like 4 times the size just from swelling. So
You should have gotten in a fight.
that's the last thing I wanted to do.
Use that big old lunchbox to slap somebody
It would
upside
have
the
been more
head.
like using my right hand. I ain't punching with this hand. No way. No. Yeah, but it's been an interesting experience, you know. I prop myself up as the world's most indestructible man just to break my arm when I'm not even filming a video. So, is what it
Couldn't even
is.
get content out of breaking
I
your arm.
still got it. I had Brandon Herrera there. He was with me. We were out there driving. So he immediately, since he's a YouTuber, he started like, you know what? He started recording. He's like, I think you'll want this. So we put it in like a recap video of how I broke it.
Yo,
That's cool.
Stupid business question. If you have to pay the American healthcare system a ton of money, is that a business expense if you make YouTube videos about
It is, according to my accountant.
So wait a minute.
go,
you,
dude.
you pay the IRS every year, then you got to pay the fucking.
I know. I'm losing on both sides.
Sam's trying to fuck you from both angles.
Hey, listen, Canadian, but we also can get guns real easy.
Hey, I can get guns too. I just got to go through a month-long witness. No.
You just need to do a Rive can every time you want to.
Yeah.
Arrive
I
can,
need, I
yeah.
need to get like anally swabbed before they let me buy ammunition.
Anal probing.
No, dude, like no, but I'm glad you're getting better. That sounds like a fucking
Yeah,
like
same.
a hell you're getting it 7 weeks out.
That's
of
wild.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
well, then I got it. I was thinking like early August I could get back into lifting like hardcore because I'm like, admittedly, I'm like just a workout junkie. For like 10 years I've been lifting just because it makes me feel good and happy, you know. And then it's kind of almost like it's a little bit therapy for me. It's like I can every morning is something I do, right? But then the doctor, when I went in for my checkup, he's like, "Gonna be 6 more weeks until you can fully get back into it." I'm like, no! Do you
fucking
understand how
sucks.
fast I heal? That can't be right. You're lying to me. But apparently, I can work my way up to 20 pounds over the next month with each arm. But that's what I got.
Doctor's like, just heal first.
Yeah, God. Doctor, I got to get shot with weapons. You don't understand.
What if you did like bands on your elbow or something like that to work your lats?
I've
Put, like,
thought
band on
about
your
it.
elbow.
I'm worried about getting like muscle imbalances and stuff in
True,
the upper
yeah.
body, so that will like be more annoying. So, luckily, you work out for 10 years, it doesn't just automatically disappear assuming
Right.
you're not on steroids. So I've like held on to stuff decently.
You haven't been trying the old bull shark testosterone there, buddy?
So the question is, does the doctor love you or does he hate you?
Well, that was another funny thing. This was the first time I've had to go to the doctor in my YouTube career for anything I've done, really.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And this wasn't
That's
like
pretty
I
gnarly.
said, this wasn't a planned video. This is something that just happened as I was out on the dunes having
Meanwhile,
fun.
all the doctors in the ER, they're all just watching your videos, placing bets.
Yeah,
on when
they
you're gonna
all
roll in.
asked me about the penis
Oh my
hand
God.
here that I burned onto my hand. I could not hide that from the nurses.
You're like, wait a minute.
That's fucking
I've never
awesome,
seen
dude.
one.
I was like, it's a fist. Clearly, they're like, oh, because I thought it was a penis. I'm like, yes, yeah, it's a penis.
He's like, hold on, guys, come in. Look at this dick on it. Wait, my dad would ask you why you didn't just burn it on
Yeah,
this side.
yeah,
So, like,
it is,
you could-
yeah.
Your dad will call everyone in with open heart surgery to laugh at his hand.
Yeah, look at this. I'm knocked out. Yeah. I don't think that stuff through that much. I mean, we did this just because we thought it was funny in the moment. But I am kind of bummed. I did burn my initials. You probably can't hardly see it on my arm there. But they cut through it. We burned my initials with a magnifying
For
glass, and they
shame.
cut through
For
it
shame.
with to put my plate in. I'm like, you guys ruined a scar there, you animals. But
My dad
been
would have
fun.
been like, you trying to give yourself skin cancer or something? Like, you what the
No, I mean, someone had to do it. Okay, all right.
True.
Does someone have to do it though?
Yes.
No.
Do you think your doctor like refers you and it's like, do you think it's like a secret op? Like, do you think they just have like a fucking dossier? Just,
Yeah.
Sharing around. It's like, today this guy did this fucking
Well,
op. Let's write that
I
down.
had one of those doctor channels, like React channels, like react to my content where he's just like going over my stuff and saying like the medical side effects of it. I was like, that's kind of
Dr. Mike?
entertaining. It was Dr. ER, but it was kind of like the same thing as Dr. Mike. Yeah.
He's like, there's some side effects to this
But hey,
man's
he didn't,
behavior.
try to
Death
prove,
is
like-
a
Yeah.
side effect.
I could see
Yeah.
some people making videos like Houston Jones. Is it real?
Is it real?
Is it real?
No,
Then
the
you come
big-
on the podcast and you just
Yeah.
put your shirt up and you see like gashes and slashes.
Gashes, yeah. Well, the thing is, they can't. No one can say what I do isn't real because I'm bleeding out in almost every video. So it's like it's.
It looks real to me.
I'm no medical expert,
I
but
mean-
it looks painful to me.
Expert,
so
yeah.
therefore, you know.
Medical expert, but these intestines didn't pop out here by accident.
Yeah, right. But honestly, I know, and all the stuff I do sounds. I mean, it is stupid and ridiculous and crazy, but I think it's generally entertaining for me to do. I'm not a masochist. I don't get off to it, but I think it's funny.
You don't sound like you
Definitely
don't get off to it. Don't say that.
What? I mean, people always say he's got to be a masochist. He's getting hurt every week, and I'm like, no. It's just funny. Why can't I enjoy physical comedy? Okay, it doesn't have to be that weird. It can only be a little
comedy.
weird. Yeah, physical comedy.
drama.
Three Stooges. I'm not,
It's not physical comedy.
Slapstick.
it's slapstick taken to like the highest level
me,
possible.
Have you ever,
Literally.
Have
Yeah.
you ever
For me,
delved
it's
into
just
like,
it's like
medieval torture devices? I
Yeah.
feel like that could be like a great.
You're right out
Great
beyond like
series.
that thing that stretches
Oh,
me out. And
fuck it.
Yeah.
You should get drawn and quartered.
yes, tarred and feathered.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, like every time I watch it, I'm like, I just think about like just the pain aspect, and I'm like, nah, not at all.
See, I don't think about that as much anymore. I think about how can I make the shots funnier and more entertaining, and what I can do to like make it like a better production. The pain is just part of it, I guess. Early on when I started, I was like, oh, I would get nervous because like that's gonna be painful. Now I don't really worry about it. I already expect there to be pain, but it's
So
like
have you ever tried to do like the Brave Wilderness thing or whatever, where you go around trying to get bitten by like?
that's like
ants
my
and stuff?
one of my top things I want to do. I want to do like a travel series where I do stuff like that.
We got scorpions down here.
You got scorpions down in Texas?
I've got a scorpion in my house right
Oh,
now.
Would it sting me? Can I
It
like
absolutely
whisper
would sting you.
I'm down.
Yeah.
I mean,
I've also got a. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I want you to hit me with your giant dildo. So you're
Dude, I would
Moby
love
Huge.
to, yeah.
We got to use test Moby Huge out as a weapon, as self-defense.
Okay.
The people need to know.
Yeah.
Will this dildo protect your family from
Yeah.
a home invasion? Yeah, I mean,
Exactly.
That's a pretty important question, personally.
Exactly. Yeah. You need to know how big of a dildo you need to protect yourself.
Well, I found one of my favorite gun channels, and the name's kind of eluding me, but last night, like, YouTube recommendations finally did something great for me. And it was this one channel where, like, the guy literally was, like, showing footage of, like, Call of Duty where, like, the grenade launcher was going into the enemy and killing them. And he's like, no, wait a goddamn second. So he gets the fucking grenade launcher in reality and starts, like, fucking shooting it into, like, jelly-like fucking, like the
People,
little, like, jelly...
yeah, the mannequins.
Yeah,
the-
silicone.
Yeah, the jelly mannequins that, like, simulate human, like, fucking,
Yeah.
I got one of those now. Yeah.
Dude, he was, like,
Yeah. The
firing
ballistic
it in.
dummies. Yeah.
So they were like firing it in, and I was like, I had so much anxiety, like when they were putting in the grenade launcher. I'm like, I know this thing has like an arming distance of like 15 to 30 fucking.
Was
meters,
that
but, like,
Grantham?
I think
Yeah.
so. Like,
Yeah.
I think he's like a
Yeah.
Marine or something. That was.
He's
doing
going to. I know him.
He's a Green Beret, right?
He's done a lot of
Or
stuff.
is he a Ranger?
I think he might be a ranger, but he's done like
Yeah.
a ton of like special like training stuff and whatnot, like training people for like torture scenarios and stuff like that even. And
Yeah, what's that? There's a school, it's like SWEPS or something like that.
Yeah.
I think he's a teacher for that.
yeah, and he was telling me about all this stuff he did, and I was like, oh, damn, he's like taking CEOs and like beating their significant others to like get them ready for some hypothetical scenario, and I'm like, Jesus, this is crazy stuff.
Well, he's giving them like RTI resistance
Yeah,
to torture. What the
yeah,
fuck?
yeah. He's like making
Holy
these.
shit.
Yeah, it's wild. But he's a super cool guy. But we've been. Eventually, we're gonna get around to him shooting me. You're bringing up the grenade launcher. We want to do the like some
Please don't
grenade
get shot
launcher
with a
rounds.
grenade launcher.
We want to do
Please.
it. We have a plan. We have a plan in place to make sure I don't get hurt too bad. It's been done before
You're
a
gonna
long time
remove the
ago.
explosive component from the grenade.
It'll still be-
Dude, that
we
is
won't-
awesome.
Obviously, we won't do a grenade. They make different kinds of rounds, like rubber
Dummies
rounds,
and-
dummies,
yeah.
and wooden stuff, and chalk, and all that.
Yeah, Yeah, I've shot one of the chalk ones before. That's pretty cool.
So the plan is I've gotten a little bit better with my safety over the years. We would barricade everything that we don't want to get hit. Ideally, I would get hit in the leg, so we'd see what it would do and test a couple rounds out like that.
Yeah,
And it's gonna happen someday.
You should do it. Just a video doing like I think it's called SEER School, the Ranger School for like torturing. You should just do a video where they like hunt you down and shit. That'd be fucking awesome, dude. And they just beat the fuck out of you.
They got waterboarded by real CIA agents.
Yeah.
The last time I got waterboarded, I was bench pressing 225 for max reps.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like you think you get waterboarded, you could have titled that. You should have literally like put the description of the video. Really, guys, these Guantanamo Bay pussies really think this is that bad?
Really?
Like, come
They're
on,
that
man.
bad?
I'm out here, man.
That's it's kind of the meme on my channel. Like Houston gets tortured, and he's like, "Is that all you got? Shoot me again." Just me heckling my torturers is the.
Well, you gotta imagine like any like
should-
terrorist that's actually getting waterboarded. All terrorists are bad, by the way.
Oh, it's way worse.
But
It's way
anybody
worse.
that's getting waterboarded, they're like
Yeah.
looking at you through like some smuggled in like iPhone.
Yeah.
And they're like, look at this guy. Look at this
Look at
guy.
this guy.
Weightlifting and getting waterboarded. Why can't I be that?
I do
badass?
that.
Dude, you show Houston's channel to Andrew Tate and say, "This is the average American anime fan." You know,
I
You should do a
I think go ahead.
like a throughout the years type torture. You should do like ancient Babylonian torture,
I like
ancient
that.
Greece torture, ancient Rome torture, Turkish
dude,
torture,
You should do
Constantinople.
you know those history
Byzantine.
of the animated
That's a good
history
idea.
of channels.
Yeah.
You know how that the animated history or whatever. You should do animated history like the torture history of like India.
Idiot.
The first Indian torture device.
I'm actually
was
writing this
made
idea
in
down. I kinda
600
like-
BC.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea. You could get like you could wear like
Limbs was tied
silks
to a
and
horse, and they all ran in
tunics and
different
robes and shit.
Evolutions in acids technology showed that the Indians could use hydrochloric.
Torture.
That's
2022
actually
torture
pretty-
picture of Nikocado avocado.
I mean, what would be kind of interesting is if you're doing the history of tortures, like look at the history
Yeah.
of like CIA torture. You know what I mean? Like, because you got to remember the Cold War was when they like really upped their game hard. They were like, wait a minute, there's no war to deal with. All right, let's figure out how to really fuck shit up.
Wait, am I gonna have to do MK Ultra?
You're gonna
They
have to,
give me
dude.
the psychedelics.
You're gonna have to go all the way in. You're gonna have to be like brainwashed into an
don't have a choice,
entirely
brother.
different person or whatever, like fucking sleeper agent shit. Yeah. that alone is like one of the wildest projects that I've ever seen. Like every time I try to like delve into MK Ultra, I'm like, what the fuck were they doing? What happened back then?
Yeah, dude, that's wild.
For agent component, like guys, you were just this is literally the one time in history where like a government agency just got billions of dollars to do dumb supervillain shit, you know? Like imagine like this is no, like imagine like we're all CIA like executives, right? We're like sitting down, it's like, all right, Houston, we just got billions of dollars from Reagan. We need to come up with
And
a
they didn't
really
come out of it with
fucked up
much.
way to turn it sleeper agents. What are we gonna do here? What are your ideas?
Listen, we gather the homeless and drug them.
Oh my god.
Skid Row, fucking immediate testing ground for all.
Transients,
Good
mole
idea.
people.
Caleb, what's your idea there? How are we gonna be how are we gonna be doing? How are you gonna one up homeless abductions?
Can't do it.
Testing how long they could live on one tablespoon of pink shit.
Yeah. How long can a human being live off pink sauce?
That's a real.
Yeah, pink
that's
sauce.
a real- maybe we can use that to help like cheapen the budget. You know, like instead of feeding these prisoners real food, just give
Right?
pink sauce. Our
Pink
our
sauce.
distributor
The
just
trick
says,
is 11 out of 80 grams are sugar.
We supplied them with the most calorie-dense paste we could find on the market.
you think the CIA
Soylent
is,
Green and pink
the
sauce.
CIA is sitting right now like
this is 20,000 pounds.
the CIA right now in Langley is trying to fucking recreate the pink sauce in their goddamn labs. It's like the agent's like, how did she turn 11 grams into 4? How did that happen?
This bitch. It's nuclear. It's literally nuclear. It's fucking. It's atomic. She's an atomic chef. Oh yeah, dude.
she doesn't want to
You
admit
split
it, but she
enough
got
The only thing more calorically dense than radium. Uranium.
Pink sauce could, for all we know, be defying the laws of nature itself, and I think we need to accept that fact.
I mean, she could be an alien. She's come down from a different, like, universe, all right? And she's, like, spread her, like, ranch dressing to the world, and that's what's causing... Because if you think about it, like, maybe she's not from this planet. Maybe on a different planet, like Krypton or some shit, this is what they eat, Like, maybe... Because, you look at Superman, right? One of the worst superheroes in fucking... superhero history. Because he's so boring, It's like, you watch Superman, it's like...
He's so boring.
He's invincible, bro.
I don't know if it's like if I find Superman more stupid or the people living in Metropolis, because this motherfucker puts on glasses and it's just I guess it's not him. Sure, it's not like he wears a mask or anything.
It's so obvious it just fools them. It's like
yeah. So it's like maybe on his home planet where like people have like heat vision and like all that shit. Maybe this is what they're eating. Maybe this is like what's in every like interstellar McDonald's. Like instead of the Szechuan sauce or the Rick or Morty
baby's
sauce.
Diaper just weighs 40 pounds.
Yeah. Like the baby's diapers, power like a nuclear engine for like a fucking year and a half. Like, so it's like maybe that's a secret to other aliens. It's like we're normal, but for them, it's like they're just eating like fucking uranium and like plutonium and all this shit. Like that's just like in their diet. Like that's what they're doing. And like everything else for like what's normal for us, like what's like extremely hazardous for us, it's like completely normal for them. Maybe that's just how they get superpowers, That and like the 4 times the
they
gravity
took a
on the
risk.
planet.
They took a risk on the uranium, and it worked out for them in the long run.
Dude, they fucked up their evolutionary track so hard that this is now normal. Their species were not eating.
They
like
can
we
fly
were.
though. They can fly. Like,
That's what I'm
they're
saying.
winning.
Like we're fucked up because we're not. We didn't, our older species, like when we came out of the primordial goo, we didn't eat the uranium, so we don't get to fly or like have heat vision and like fucking tell like we don't get that. We just get
it's
boring.
boring
shit,
over here. It's boring.
Like
We get Andrew Tate.
yeah, our highest evolution is the Tates. That's it. Like that's where we've reached. After that, like
That's our Superman.
yeah, it's like we haven't even discovered space travel. Superman doesn't even need a spaceship. That dude just goes right into space. Like we do that, we freeze and blow up. Well, he doesn't. It's all fine and dandy. Like his hair might get fucked up, but whatever. I don't know.
Fucking hair.
I don't know, dude. All I've learned is that like the more I watch DC shit, the more sadder I get. Like, so I watched the Justice League movie. Have you guys ever seen that? Like at all?
Yes, the first one.
I've seen clips
the
of it
first
and I
one.
just couldn't bring myself.
I don't like it.
It's ass. And so like I said it was ass, and everyone's like, Muda, you should try watching the 4-hour cut. I'm like, nah, hold on a minute, okay?
Then the Snyder
Yeah,
cut.
I'm like, this sounds a little sunk cost fallacy to me.
Yeah, you're
I'm
telling me
good.
the 2.5 hour version was bad, and an extra 90 minutes is gonna make it magically good? Like,
Yeah, it's like, no, but he really changes up everything. I'm like, what, make a good movie? Like, he had 2.5 hours to do that last time, and he fucking fucked that up. So
sounds like
I'm
a
not trusting
drag.
this man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really was like a complete drag. Like the only thing I remember was like Batman got his ass handed to him and he's like laying on the ground like fucking beat up and everything. I'm like, god damn.
I think the
That was Elon Musk after Twitter didn't want to give him the bot info.
the modern superhero stuff like DC, Marvel's kind of boring to me now. I like stuff like The Boys. That shit's awesome.
I fucking love that show. That's the best show on TV.
So good.
Did you watch season 3?
I haven't watched the new
Yep.
season. I gotta get around to watching it, but
Dude, it's so good.
I've heard. Yeah.
That scene, like the last scene, is so good.
Was it a penis? Was there a lot of penis?
There was actually. That wasn't the last scene.
In that show?
There's dick all over The Boys.
There is.
No, like,
Yeah.
you guys,
I'm telling you, the opening scene is basically this naked guy with this guy shrinking and climbing.
That's
up
why.
someone else's penis.
That's why it's so good, though. It's like, yeah. If there were superheroes in real life, there would probably a lot of them would be assholes.
is this an Amazon Prime show?
Yes, it is.
Yep, dude, it's
Yeah.
so good, so worth it.
It's so good.
It
It's the
explains
best
why
show right now.
fucking dickhead Bezos releasing that. I get it.
Come on,
Dude,
who
it's so
doesn't
good.
have Amazon Prime? We all have Amazon Prime, right?
Did you see, Caleb? Did you see the VOT Twitter account?
Yeah, man.
It's amazing. It's like it's
yeah.
posting what a company would post.
It's so good. The whole the whole show, everything about it is so good because it's
A
like
character, I don't want to say who, a character that is LGBT dies or whatever, or it seems like they die, and the company Twitter account posts like "Rest in Pride," like like the whole like the copy pasta Like,
Yeah, it's fucking awesome, dude.
All the...
They make fun of everybody. Like there's a scene in like this second or third episode where they're at like a fair and it's like LGBTQ burger.
Yes.
And they're just trying. It's just the perfect. It's back to the corporate hegemony. What I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's back to what I'm fucking saying.
It's such a great show.
They make fun of all of it. It's awesome.
They make fun of everything. They make fun of the insurrectionists and they make fun of
Yes.
the hegemony.
They make fun of everybody.
Everybody.
Well, technically, the insurrectionists are part of the hegemony, but
I mean,
wrong kind of insurrectionists. But
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you understand The Boys is going to be the show to absolutely watch.
It's very good.
Like I
man.
said, a lot of
Next
penis.
episode we
You
can
can't go
actually talk
wrong.
about
A lot
it.
of penis.
I'm not against having a bunch of people on the show. Like,
I love
don't care.
dick.
I watched all of the Netflix El Chapo show, and dude, for 15 minutes they have just straight up gay sex. Like
I love that too.
this is the homophobe test. If you can watch that 15 minutes and not like look away, and I didn't look away once. You know how
let's go, Buddha.
They went
I
at
shed a
it,
tear.
dude. I did it for. I was like, it was Pride Month. I'm like, I'm gonna watch this whole thing. I'm gonna fucking.
I got a boner.
I'll be honest. I kind of did though. Those guys like.
Hell yeah, brother.
You know when,
yeah, bro.
when two actors just really get into it, like they're having a gay scene, and it's like, all right, boys, you're like actually fucking right now.
Listen, I love passionate acting. Okay,
It wasn't just
It's,
passion. Like I felt like the director was like, all right, guys, we were only doing it for 30 seconds. All right, they're just going at it. Keep the camera running, I guess. But
All right, take two. Let's try that again.
take two this time. Don't cream pie him. Don't do that.
Oh,
Anyways, though, ladies and gentlemen, this has been another episode of the Some Ordinary Podcast. And this brings us with another repeat friend of the show, Houston Jones.
Thank you. Thank you
good
for having
man.
me.
Good man. And he is currently suffering through an injury, so give him some time to upload some content.
Thank you.
Obviously,
Thank you.
right now, he's eating some testicle,
Yes.
which...
I forced my parents to watch me shit in a diaper this week,
That's
and that's
awesome.
coming up. So
Force your parent, bro. What the fuck?
Everyone on this
Fucking-
well, it was a video of mine that I did. I forced them to watch my
Technically, it was
content,
Now, just on that statement, I think one of the reasons that makes this podcast so successful is everyone here has a great relationship with their parents.
Yeah, I love my
Yes.
parents.
You just
Yes.
Me too.
you just heard our guest talk about forcing his parents to watch him shit in a
Yep.
diaper. They
No,
had
that's
to
the
do
sequel.
that.
The sequel is forcing them
You
to
just
actually,
you just
perform.
heard our guest talk about forcing his parents to watch him shit in a diaper. They had
It's
to
coming
do that.
back around. Yeah.
They had to do that something roughly like or dislike it. Check out Houston Jones on his social. Check out Caleb Oompa
Thank
Bill.
you.
Check out
Thank
Nux
you.
Taku. And check out my terrible channel, Some Ordinary Gamers. That said, though, this is all of us, and we are out.